much. Now let's get into family check. And this morning the question we're asking you is, does the younger generation believe in marriage? That is the question we're asking, and we're also allowing you to give your opinion on the same. You can get to talk to us 301. And before we get into it, we had a conversation, or we got to speak to several people on the streets of Nairobi. So how about we get to listen to what they had to say concerning this topic, and then we come back and get into it.
It depends the person who you are na venye umejipanga. Yeah. Actually sahi emergency wameogopa majukumu plus kazi piko chini. Yeah, actually ndio main reason yangu kivyangu.
Marriage si ya mafala, na marriage si kitu ndogo. Huwezi ingia kwa marriage kama hujajiplan. Si kitu unaweza amkia tu ulale uamke sema nataka kuoa. Jana wataki kujumuika, hiyo ndio shida kubwa sana. Hawataki shughuli, nataka tu msana kuja hapo, umemweka tu ujue anakula nini na nini. So vijana wajipange na wafanye job ili kila kitu itakuwa sawa.
Yes, I do believe in marriage. Sababu unajua katika mila za Kiafrika mwanaume inafaa uoe na ukae na bibi. Angalia watu ni kuogopa tu, wanaogopa na wako na unyonge mingi. Angalia wengine hawataki kufanya kazi, utakaje na bibi kama ufanyi kazi? Na unajua mwanamke anakupenda conditionally. Mwanaume ndio unapenda mwanamke unconditionally. Bibi anakupenda ina condition that lazima provide. Unaona? Sasa kama huwezi provide, wewe kazi yako ni madawa na kukunywa pombe kila siku venye Rawali alikuwa anasema akiamka pombe. Wewe sasa utakaa na bibi. Si utaogopa? Yes, namna hiyo.
Actually for now kwa generation yetu kitu naweza sema I don't believe in marriage because the men right now mtu hataki kufanya majukumu yake, like anataka the lady afanye, so even they believe in 50-50. Na venye sisi tumekuwa raised, we don't believe in 50-50. Like we believe the man should be the provider in the family. Yeah. For now utapata mimi siwezi amini mwanaume to that much. And then on the other side, the men also, they say fear girls. Also as we say fear men.
I believe in marriage from the perspective in nime grow up nayo. I have grown up in a family yenye iko na both parents, and I've seen their marriage. I always admire it. So you know inafanya I want to get married also. Most of the people are complaining about responsibilities. Most of the men are saying responsibilities zimeenda juu. Na some people can't sustain them. Girls want to be provided for everything, of which for me I believe men should be providing. But according to girls nowadays, they want to be provided 100%. But during the older times, like I will speak from my own perspective, my dad provides most, but also my mom, when time comes, he also adds up his funds and he supports also my dad. But nowadays, girls just want to be...
All right, let's get back into the conversation, and we are looking at marriage and specifically how the younger generation is viewing it. You know, so does the younger generation rather still believe in marriage? That is the question we are asking, and we've been hearing this conversation of marriage in Abamba Mafala for the longest time. It's been happening. It's a conversation that began, I think, sometime last month, and it's still ongoing. People are still talking about it. So let's get to hear from the younger people. Allow me to introduce the people I have with me in studio. I've used the word people so many times, I'm not using it again. Allow me to introduce my guests today. We have on my immediate right, we have Eliud Ochieng. Eliud Ochieng is a journalism student. Karibu, welcome to the show.
Asante.
All right, and right next to Eliud, we have Emma Karitu, and Emma is a family pastor counselor, counseling psychologist and mental health coach. Welcome to the show. We're going to be listening to this young generation. And then right next to her, we have Gloria V. Omondi. And Gloria is also a journalism student. Welcome. Right next to Gloria, we have Miriam Atieno. Miriam is also a journalism student. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Let's get into the conversation, and I want to begin with Emma. Not Emma. Let me begin with Miriam. Miriam, just to get to hear from you, do you believe in marriage?
Okay. First and foremost, I would like to thank you for giving us this platform to share our views. Okay, personally, I still believe in marriage. Okay, believing in marriage comes from different aspects in terms of your background. I've been raised in a family where I've seen my dad and my mom together, and that harmony has made me to yearn and desire to have a family of my own in future, and still believe in marriage.
So for you, you're still in the battalion of marriage works.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, right next to Miriam, let's get to hear from you. That's Gloria. Do you believe in marriage?
Okay, for me personally, I think it's not just about like marriage, it's what kind of marriage. But I still believe in the idea of marriage because it's been an institution that's been there for long. So I think the younger generation is not rejecting marriage. We're just looking at what kind of marriage we're looking to get into.
Okay, I hear you on that. Eliud?
I believe in marriage, yeah. But now the perspective of what marriage is what's now different. You know, for our parents, marriage was like a must-do. Yeah, they believe that through marriage, it's a sign of stability and maturity. So for us, yes, we believe in it, but not in their perspective that it's a must-do.
Yeah.
You know, there's that age that if you
optional.
hit, you must be married.
Yeah, so
No.
that's what has changed now with your generation. The perspective of it, in that it's optional. It's not a must. It's not like I don't believe it, but I can choose not to get married or choose to get married.
Yeah.
Okay. Emma, from just what they've talked about, and you know, just looking at it on in a general view, do you think the perspective of marriage has changed over the years?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me, first of all. And just to agree with these young, amazing people, I'm happy that you guys believe in marriage. Yeah, so much has happened in the society right now. If you look at the different generations, from the silent generation to the baby boomers, to the generation X, to the millennials, and then now to the Gen Zs, so much has happened. If you look at our African traditional setup, and even the different cultures, we see people are getting married at a very tender age. But currently, we have empowerment, especially the women empowerment has become like so much. And in the past, you could see the marriage institution was, people got to a certain, most of the people that I know older than me, they got married in their early 20s. They met at the university, or some of them just met in college, and they got married. But right now, because of everything that is happening in the society, there's been a shift. But what remains is that marriages don't change. I think I like what she has said. I think it's what kind of marriage are we looking at? So the things that have changed is that the world is also saying so much. The definition of marriage has changed. People are defining marriage differently as opposed to the original, like what marriage is supposed to be. Two people coming together for companionship, to raise a godly generation, and also for, I'm sure even for the other religions, coming together with a purpose, with a purpose, and not looking at what does this person have or what does she have, but coming together to start life together and raise up a godly generation. So yes, things have changed, and it's also what is the world saying. Some things are louder. In our parents' generation, my parents are the silent generation. In their generation, people got married when they were pure, like they kept themselves until marriage. And that is the ideal, that is God's ideal. But you see right now, sex is all over. So even getting married, people are not getting married. There's not that I desire to get married so that I cross over and do what I was not supposed to do. There's the space of purity. So much has happened, Sex is all over, and then can we stay is all over. So there's no that value, based, put on marriage. Yes. Yes.
What would make you, what would motivate you to want to get married?
I think for me, honestly. Like right now, I think I'd hesitate towards getting married because a lot of things and factors get into this. Like for example, you have like financial strains. Like right now, most of the youth are looking for jobs, so there's high unemployment rate. And then apart from this, you have so many cases on social media showing like marriages, divorces, yeah. So right now for me, the only thing that would help me change my mindset toward marriage is maybe financial stability, and if I can find someone who is emotionally stable and intelligent, yeah, that would push me towards it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you agree on the fact that, you know, social media and the internet and just the narrative that we're hearing more of marriages right now are, you know, taking us or leading us towards people not really believing in it, because the ones we are seeing are not the thriving ones. Most times the ones we are seeing are the ones that are failing, you know, are the ones that are having troubles and problems. Would you say that that is also something that is, you know, pushing the narrative?
Okay, I will agree with you on that, that social media is taking part in or contributing towards our hate or maybe the different perspectives on marriage. Okay, one thing I would like to say is that marriage is a beautiful thing, but it only becomes beautiful when you find the right person for you. Everyone here is the right person, but not for you. So if you find the right person for you, then I'm very sure you will enjoy your marriage. And I just want to tell people that let's not focus on what we see on the internet or social media. You know, marriage entails many things. Okay, there are many definitions of marriage, but to me, marriage is a mystery. We cannot really understand it. It goes beyond the definition that we see that marriage is people coming together, you know, giving birth and living. No, it goes beyond that. So when we shift our focus from what is being told on social media, then maybe, okay, what can I say about it? Let's shift our focus from what people say, the negative things people say on social media, and just focus on our, let me say, our parents. We saw them succeeding in marriages, and at that time, you, for example, in our community, when you found that you had a girl that you wanted, okay, you thought that she was suitable for marriage, you will just arrange yourself together with your boys. Then when this girl goes to the river maybe to fetch water for the family, she gets abducted and taken to the home. Then that's how marriage used to start in the past. And we saw the marriages, they have long lasted and they have succeeded. And we are the fruits of those successful marriages. So I just want us to shift our focus from those internet negative attitude towards marriage and just take it in a positive way.
Can I also add on the social media part? So on the social media part, there are trends like the soft life, where you find people try to conform to lifestyles that they're not used to, or that's not theirs. So you find maybe a girl will put pressure on the boy on a lifestyle that she wants, yet the boy is not financially stable to actually provide on that life. So in a way, social media negatively affects on marriage.
And actually, just from you speaking about that, from the interviews that were done on the streets on the same topic, there was a guy who was talking about, you know, for women, we don't love unconditionally. We love you men conditionally. Like there is something, are you doing this for me to love you? But for men, you love women unconditionally. That's from what he said. Do you think that's the case?
Yeah, that's the case.
Really?
Yeah.
Only kama unaweza pendwa tu bure? Au ambi wangu inakupenda bure?
Ni mbaya, haiwezekani.
Haiwezi. So lazima kukuwe na kitu yenye side to it.
Yeah, you know, it has shifted from, you know, during our folks' time, marriage was like gender role. It was known that men were to provide everything. But now we are entering into a phase where marriage has turned to a partnership. Yeah, we go for the dual 50-50 where we try to provide both of us. So you'll find that some of the ladies are still conformed to that previous marriage of our folks and some of the millennials. So in a way, we don't actually click. So you find that those are some of the factors that actually hinder or deter marriage.
So for you, you believe in 50-50?
Exactly.
Hey, anyway, just from your point of view, Emma, from what we're just talking about with him, like, you know, there's that conditioning, and there's that, like, you have to be this for you to get this. You have to do this for you to be loved like this. And I think this is something I've had with most young men talking about, that we are never really just allowed to be, like, there are so many conditions put in place, specifically in marriage, and that's why they feel like marriage does not work for them.
So what I can say is that the marriages should not have conditions. I like what she's saying. Yeah? It's sort of like the way she's saying, it's a mystery. When you understand the why am I getting married in the first place? If you're getting married because of material gain, if you're getting married because this girl is a figure 8, I mean, all the wrong reasons, that marriage will not work. But when you look at yourself, you know, human nature is very selfish. We are always selfish, like, what is it for me here? Yeah. But all of us, we came out of a marriage, I believe. We came out of a relationship. And if this generation says that we don't want to get married because of A, B, C, D, I think it's selfish, because I got married. If my parents would not have gotten married, I would not be here. So when we understand the reason why we are getting married and what does marriage entail, and I've had somebody talk about provision, that was the setup, yeah, like a man should provide. But when you look at the reality on the ground right now, who are in the corner offices? We're having so many ladies who are managers. They're the ones holding big positions. They're the ones, you know, God has blessed them, yeah? So if I like Eliud here, and Eliud is, I can see he has potential. He's a journalism student, and I can see he has potential. I should not look at him at the now, but I should look at the potential in him. So if I really genuinely love someone, and now when you talk about love, there are very many definitions of love. But now, as a pastor, I'll talk about the biblical definition. If I love someone, it should be unconditional. It should be unconditional. Nimependa somebody hivi, and that is what I want. So the two of us come together and we try and work it out. There's no 50-50. If I'm earning 100,000 and my husband is not earning anything, we should be able to say, this is our money. You know, there's a quote that people, when you do our couples retreat, I serve at ICC Nairobi Church. Every year we have an annual couples retreat. And marriages are working, by the way. The marriages online, most of them that are being talked about, but I know so many marriages that are working. Yet I also know there are divorces that are happening, and it still goes back to the why somebody got married. Back to my point. So I was saying, if I've even lost my thought trail, yeah? If somebody loves you unconditionally, it means you're coming together. It's not my money, it is our money. And also the other thing that is why people are struggling to get married is, you want to get married to change somebody. You can never change a person. If I know my husband is called Gilbert, if I know Gilbert is like this, I will not work hard towards changing him, but I will work on myself, because now you get frustrated trying to change that person, and yet you cannot. It's only God or the Holy Spirit that can change that person, or that person to decide I want to change. So marriage should be unconditional, and the aspect, and also how has our backgrounds. So many, I work a lot with young people, and most of them come from broken families, very broken families. The parents have separated or divorced, so they are looking at that. And I always tell parents, the first school of marriage that the children are observing is your own marriage. She said she's come from a very good marriage, a family setup. That's why she desires to get married, yeah? So if our backgrounds have really affected us, but if you're able to work on it, let me work on my background and not peg my marriage to my parents' marriage. If theirs didn't work, I have to be very intentional and say, mine has to work. And also the thing of provision, there are many other roles that a man can play, apart from providing. You know, you can actually be in a marriage, and the lady is the one who's bringing the money in, and you put it there, and the man will, maybe God has given him good financial management techniques, yeah, he can still manage that finance, but the two of you have to, who is stronger at finances, yeah? What other roles can the man play? Leadership. It does, like, you need to offer leadership as a man. You need to offer priesthood. You are the one to lead your family in terms of matters faith. So there are many other roles that a man can play, but when you look only at provision, we are losing the point. Supposing your husband maybe is in Dubai, for example, every month he sends you $1 million, but he's never home. You can stay even for eight years, so many. Where is that space of the children don't know him? You as a wife, you don't know the person. So we need to shift from provision is good, but it is not the only thing that determines a marriage. So I believe marriage should be unconditional. The moment it's conditional, you will be frustrated, because marriage is a covenant. It's not a contract, but people have made it a contract. But it's a covenant, because you can meet and you are doing well financially, then you lose that job. Does it mean you leave your man or you leave your wife? No. It should be unconditional, Amia, until death do us part.
Yeah, that's how it was intended to be from the first time. Now, Gloria, you had talked about provision when we began. And, there's something that Emma has said, as a woman, from her point of view, tumetoka pale kwa pesa yangu ni yangu, yako ni yetu. So even yako ni yenu nyote. Would you be open to that? Are you of the same idea? Ama, when you were talking about provision, you generally just mean the man needs to provide fully?
Okay, from what she has said, I actually took the point that marriage is a partnership. So for me, a partnership means that if we come together, what is good for both of us, we're looking for what is good for both of us. So like she said, if we have like strengths, we use them both in our marriage. So I don't think, okay, this goes, I'm against 50-50, honestly. I'm against 50-50, honestly. But if we're in a marriage and my strength is bringing financial support to the family and he has his strengths, I'll be okay with that, because we are both looking out for each other. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. You also seem to agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
we are I'm actually surprised.
Right now we are in a world where everyone is empowered. So if I have the strength to provide for my family when my husband is down, why not? I don't think it's a 50-50 thing. We can go with whoever has that strength to provide. Let him or her provide, as long as we live harmoniously. And how we started in agreement.
Well, I think this is a topic that we should have on its own, the 50-50 topic. We'll plan for that. Now, there's the popular narrative that has been, said on social media, the one that I mentioned earlier, marriage ubamba mafala. I'm sure you've all bumped into that conversation. So when they say marriage ubamba mafala, from your point of view, wewe unapick nini hapo?
Marriage ubamba mafala.
And do you believe marriage ni ya mafala?
Not really. Marriage, first of all, marriage is an institution. Where two come together. So basically, those who say that ubamba mafala, most of them, you find that in a way they have suffered, or they have emotionally they have suffered from a relationship. That's why they try to actually change people's mind on what marriage is. So sasa kama we mwenyewe hujaingia kwa maybe a relationship, but then you hear what they say, in a way it deters you, it gives you a different mindset. I believe they are just those who have not healed from their previous relationships, so they are trying to, in a way, affect others.
And Emma, there's a time we also had a similar conversation, and there's a lady who mentioned that it can be, yes, in a bamba mafala, but not in the way that people are looking at it, that you are foolish to be in that marriage. But it is in the sense of, when you're in a marriage, it's all about compromise. Maybe that's the eye that they're looking at it as. Not that people are foolish to be in marriage, but just because when you're in marriage, you need to compromise on things. So for you to be able to do that, inabidi saa zingine unakuwa kama fala, so that you don't question everything to just avoid small fights. Could that be,
What I can say is that marriage is dying to the self. Yeah. Remember I said earlier on that human nature is very selfish. But when you come together, like for example, when I got married, I didn't get married early. I got married when I was 32, and it's been 19 years, yeah? So when I got married, I was so independent. Like I paying my rent, sorting myself out financially. I could take care of myself, yeah? But then I have to, this man comes along, God bless me with this summer, so we have to come together. And when we come together, you look at the bigger picture. When I used to go home, I was lonely. I've had a very stressful day at work, and I have no one to sound to. So when you look at it, it's something beautiful, yeah, that you come together and you do life together, because it can be so lonely when you're alone. But in terms of that phrase, kubamba wafala, in terms of that, I think I don't agree with it, but I can say a man and a woman are very different. There are gender differences, yeah. The way a man processes things, the way a woman processes things, yeah, is very different. So sometimes he's a psychologist, and he's also a pastor. He wrote a book, and he said that in marriage, 69% of the things you may not really resolve because of the differences in opinions, because of the backgrounds. So my mentor normally tells me, be the fool, but you're not foolish. Which means there are things you're not able to resolve. There are things you're not able to deal with. But are they really worthy? Are they worthy to bring the relationship, like affect the relationship, yeah? So in a way, it's really looking at yourself, reflecting on yourself and asking yourself, am I 100%? Why am I expecting the other person to be 100%? So there are things that you may just compromise and say it's okay. It's not such a big deal. There are things that you can just say, it's never that serious, yeah? And when we do a lot of premarital counseling, and one of the things I tell the young people, there are things they are just neither here nor there. For example, if somebody your husband just throws the clothes there, it's just ni manguo tu. Chukua tu utoe, ama uziwache hapo. Zisikupatie stress. Let me tell you, some things as you age, as you do marriage, they're really neither here nor there. But of course, there are those other big things that you really need to sit down and have conversations. So I don't think I agree with that statement that marriage ni ya mafala. But I think I like what Eliud is saying. Maybe somebody has gone through some pain, and now because of that, actually most of the things on social media, even they post their whole story on social media. Oh, we are doing this. Most of it is not true. Most of it is not true. Yeah. But if you see people who are just living their lives well, they're doing so well, they don't put it out there. So I don't think I believe in that. And also it could be the compromise of values. Yeah. It could be the compromise of values. When you say marriage is mafala, I know I'm a counseling psychologist, and I've met people who tell me, why should I just have one person when I can have several? Yeah. Maybe that is where the phrase is coming from, like I don't care sort of attitude. Yeah. But if you really love yourself, you need to have this one person and do life with them. Yes.
Okay, before we get into that, as our viewer, remember you can get to be part of this conversation. You can call us and talk to us live. The number is 0716-103-301. We would love to also get to hear from you. What do you think about marriage, specifically with the younger generation? Get to talk to us. We would love to hear from you. Let me get back to this. There's also another narrative, and this is on, yes, we can have a long-term relationship, but we don't need to officiate it. You know, we don't need to make this a marriage. We can just be living together, but I have my home and I have my home somewhere else, but we can live together. Alafu pia tukiboeshana, kila mtu anaweza enda, alafu tena tutarudi. Like, there's also that, I'm sure you've heard of it, right? Whereby people are saying, now I would be open, but not to officiate it and let it become a marriage. I just want us we cohabit, we just live together, but hakuna restrictions, hakuna nini. There's that too. I'm sure you've heard of it. So what's your take on that?
I wouldn't support that, honestly. Because for me, I think, okay, why would you guys stay together if you're not going to get married? It doesn't make sense for me personally. Because that would be like friendship. That would be like friendship. For me, I think marriage is a security.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're planning on investing your emotions on someone, you should see at least a future with them. Because why would you stay, let's say for like 3 months, 8 months, a year, like that's a waste of time. Then you'll end up resenting the other person, then you'll move with that resentment to another new relationship, and you'll be like, marriage is not fun, marriage is a bad thing.
Yeah.
So that's the perspective it's going to give after years. That's my take.
So you're not for it.
Yeah.
Miriam?
Okay, to me, okay, the concept of marriage is that two will come together and become one. So when you become a one person, why should you live separately? And again, I think the concept of cohabitation comes in a way that people fear responsibilities. They know that when they stay together, you need to be responsible for one another. There's a time when you need to exercise patience due to someone else's behavior. So people fear that. That's why I think they ought into cohabitation. Yeah, but to me it's not, I don't support it.
As the gentleman in this, in this team, let me call it a team for now, as the gentleman here, would you be open for such?
100%.
You'd be open for it?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me more. Why?
We
Or how
call
does that work?
We also call it the test drive. or the trial phase.
Yeah, so you're just testing to see.
Yeah, so during this time you get to know each other's flaws. So in a way you will avoid cases of scenarios of divorce, such kind of things. So there's a period that you two will get to know each other. So mnajuana vizuri to avoid the cases of divorce yenye mtakuwa mnaishi hata around 8 years.
So kujuana vizuri ni mnaishi pamoja?
See, they come, we stay. We don't actually. Yeah, we call it also the situationship. Yeah, we don't give it labels. So in a way, mnajuana kwanza to avoid cases of divorce where unapata people have stayed together for around 15 years down the line. Then you hear that now they're getting a divorce.
So maybe in this situationship where sasa imekuwa mnaishi pamoja na bado si amjadefine lakini mnaishi pamoja, how long is it going to take you? Then you decide that, okay, now nimekujua ya kutosha. Because as you say, there are people who actually get married and stay married for 15 years and still get a divorce. So wewe ambaye unafanya mic testing, ukika like your time frame ni ngapi ya how long?
Haifai kupita ania. Yeah. Because sasa past a year now you'll be wasting each other's time. I believe within a span of a year you're able to read someone, to get to know each other better, whether you click or not. Yeah.
There's that. I would love to hear from you. What do you make of that?
Let me say this to the young people who are aspiring to get married. You can never know someone 100%. Yeah? I know couples who've been married for 30 years and somebody will say, wow, I didn't know that about my husband. So you have to test Mike. And how many mics will you test? Yeah? So I would want to, it's a faith journey. Yeah? I think the most important thing is to understand the why you're getting married and also understand the gender differences, understand what is the goal. And when you do marriages, when you officiate people's weddings, we say for better, for worse.
Yeah.
In sickness, in health, for richer, for poorer. So it's something that you're doing by faith. And this test, you will never get the right
Allow me
test.
to cut you short a bit. Let's pick our first caller. We have Collins from Kisumu. Collins, good morning.
Morning to you, madam.
I'm very well, thank you. Get into the conversation. What's your take? Do you feel like the younger generation now does not believe in marriages?
No, my input is this. Thank you for having this reasonable discussion over the media. My discussion is this. I see there is a gap in now the relationship among the young people. I see if there are parents lack in marriage, it renders the relationship for the whole community vulnerable. Basically, its provisions in terms of finance, emotional, and other aspects of marriage, demand and value. Let us also work out the soft skills of young people, i.e. communication, decision making, etc. Also, again, don't react to situations, but know how to respond to challenges so that we are able to see the gap and build our relationship more stronger in the future.
Okay, Collins, we've had, so according to Collins, he's saying we work on the values first. Before even anything else, just work on the values first. And this is individual. You work on your values, and then as the other person just works on their value, and then now when you come together, probably things will work better. Yeah,
values play, I agree with Collins 100%. Values play a very major role in marriage. And what I normally tell young people, what are you looking for in a spouse? What kind of person are you looking for? Yeah, and you need to write down those qualities. Yeah, and there are those ones that are no-go zones. Yeah, like for example, for believers, the Bible says, "Do not be equally yoked with an unbeliever." So there are those no-go zones. So you can write up to 10. And values, are your values the same? Do you have the same faith? Do you have the same like? It's different from individual to individual, yeah? So you can write 10. You can write 10 qualities that you're looking for in a spouse as a young person. But then somebody can have 7 out of 10 because all of us have fallen short of God's glory. None of us is perfect. There's no perfect person, yeah? But there are those 3, you can say these are deal breakers, yeah? And it varies from an individual to an individual. Somebody, and I've realized there's a couple that I was working with, they were dating. And this girl, the guy had a son from another relationship. And the lady said, me, there's no way, I love him so much, he's a great guy. Like for me, that guy he was just great. If I was single, maybe. You know, a good person who something just happened in his past. And I was looking at this girl, I just had to dig deeper, but for her, it was a no-go zone, somebody with a child. So when I did further interrogation, now with her, she opened up and she said, you know, my mom, when I was a teenager, my dad brought in another child from his relationship somewhere. So it affected how she felt loved by her father. You see how our backgrounds affect our decision making. So for her, I told her maybe you should have gone for counseling to heal, because now this is determining her future because of what happened in her family setup. So you can have the list of what you want in a spouse, but then there are those no-go zones.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have yet another caller. We have Reverend Muturi. Reverend, if you can hear us, good morning.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. Kindly mute your TV.
Good morning to you. I wanted to make my comment.
Yes.
Okay, please. Okay, please. I want to make my comment in regard to the decision of making a choice of marriage. Marriage, there should be no chance of trying to test and see whether it will work. First of all, you don't marry someone you have not related with to some level. So you will not know the person 100%, but as the counselor said, it is both intellectual and emotional. You have to know someone to some level and get the main values, like say you are a Christian, someone who is a believer, or rather someone who has the values that you desire to have in marriage. So when you start a relationship, the first thing is the agreement that we like one another, because you must love one another first. And then there's a moment of trying to talk about the life you desire to live together. So you reach to a level that you have the main things which you agree. The rest of the issues that should scare you, you resolve them as life goes by. There is nothing fixed for a working marriage or not working marriage. Marriage is a mystery. You just work out your marriage. And number two, for life to carry on, you need to raise children in a family institution. The values you like can only be propagated in marriage, not just living with people. Let me mention the issue of sexuality. Where when you are living together, you are becoming closer emotionally. It might result to other things like maybe getting children and with a person you have not purpose to live with. So you raise other challenges in life. So the best thing is making a decision and then agreeing on the main things. Then those are the minor things. Even if you got the very person you are calling the best partner will applause even along the life. Even the marriages that appear to be working, they have issues they solve day by day because the main things are being taken care of.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rev. Rev is saying every marriage has its own, issues here and there, because hata nyumbani tu kama siblings ambao tumekuwa raised pamoja, we still have conflicts here and there. So imagine someone who was brought up in a very different way, and there's no way you can just be perfect all the time. There has to be conflicts here and there, or things just coming up. It's you deciding you're working on it because you're here for this. We need to be winding up, unfortunately, because of time, and maybe if I can just get your final remarks on the same, beginning with you as we move, and then maybe Emma, you can let us know, tukimaliza tu, why were arranged marriages working more than sisi saizi ambao tunajichagulia wenyewe? But let's take your final remarks.
Okay, tukimalizia, tamalizia na msemo wa wahenga. Najua Gen Z sasa wanapinga wahenga sana, but
wahenga wanahema.
But wanasema ukiona vyaelea jua vimeundwa. Okay, marriages work in terms of how you build up your marriage. So tusidhani like marriage ni something like unaenda tu hivyo na itakuwa tu vizuri, unaingia na itakuwa tu vizuri. You must work on it. So I'll just encourage them, marriage still works, to see nini na hizo negative opinions.
Thank you, Miriam. Gloria?
Okay, for me, I still stand for marriage is a beautiful thing. So it's still on the effort we put. Okay, you can decide to choose someone because of their values, and that is mostly the foundation. But over time, people change. You also have friends. You knew them at this age, but they keep on evolving. So when you get into marriage, you should have a perspective that you're still going to get to know this person over a long period of time. So marriage is still a good thing. Just focus on your values and how you're going to choose your partner, but it's still a beautiful thing.
Love it. Elliot?
I'll just say that marriage still works, only that you shouldn't rush into it, not unless you're 100% sure.
Testing.
Yeah, you can do a test.
All right, let's finish with you.
Thank you. So I think I really like that I think all of you are Gen Zs, millennials. Yeah. I really like that all of them agree that marriage is a good thing. And just back to your question, marriages worked, arranged marriages worked. Even when you go back to the Bible and you look at the story of Isaac and Rebecca, the father to Isaac sent him to look for a wife. And when he went there, the lady just, and he told God, if the woman who will serve me water and serve the animals, that will be my wife. There was no dating. There was nothing like dating, and she did that. So if we understand our roles, why we are getting married, and I think the people who have arranged marriages, they understand. If you look at the Indian community, if you look at the Muslim community, they understood. They understood what marriage is. But for us, marriage has been diluted with modernization. So I believe marriages did work because people understood their role as a wife, your role as a husband. People understood. But for now, everything has been corrupted, and I think that is why the young people are feeling like marriages don't work. But also my parting shot is just to encourage the younger generation that marriage is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and as Eliud says, if you get that person, so there's a place of prayer, like ask God, who is it that is my spouse? Wherever they are, we pray for that divine connection, and also for them to read books about marriage. Prepare yourself well in advance. When you hear there are workshops about for singles who are dating, go for those workshops, read books, prepare yourself, because sometimes we really want to get married and we are focusing so much on that person. What about yourself? Have you worked on yourself so that you're the good wife or you're the good husband that the other person will get?
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much. To all of you for joining us on this conversation. It has been a good conversation, though I feel it has been really short, but anyway, we can always find time to continue with it. And for you who has been watching us from home, we want to say thank you for staying with us, and also for those who've contributed to the conversation, asante sana. This is where we end it, and I love that it has ended on a note that marriage works. So yeah, let's not kill the family unit. My name is Vivian Degwa. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing and see you tomorrow, God willing. Goodbye.